Hello everyone. Welcome. I am glad you're here. If you're here with me live today, let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me. And if you are watching this on the recording, welcome again. And I'm excited for a new topic today. The topic today is how to build a business that runs without you. This is a very interesting angle to think about things. Every single client I've worked with, every business I've worked with, this has been the ultimate dream of every business owner, that they can own a business and the business can run without them. I know, let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me. So Kelly says, excited for today's live. I can see and hear you. Awesome. All right. So what I was going to say is that every business owner, if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur who's new, or you have just dreamed of having a business even, the fact is that business can be, there's a lot of moving pieces and it can be overwhelming. And from time to time, you're going to need to rest for yourself, for your health, or other parts of your life, other areas of your life, like your personal life, your marriage, or your relationships, your family can require your time and attention, where at certain points in time you need to take time away from the business just to attend to other things. And in the time where you have to put your attention and energy on other areas and other things, your business is like a continuous machine that needs to keep running or it'll totally shut down. And so in the times when you need to pay attention to other things or just take time to rest, having a business that's set up and built so that it runs without you and it doesn't need your constant attention, and like you're not the whole business, like you're not the only one running it, is going to be really key, or is a big key for entrepreneurs and business owners to understand. Because here's the main principle that I always mention. Business is a team sport. It is not a solo sport. It is a team sport. And initially, when you start the business, you are the entire team. You are it. But pretty soon, you're going to need to understand that you can't be a solo player in a team sport. It's not going to give you a very high chance of success. And so with that, I have some interesting things to share with you. So the first thing we're going to do is the sand castle to magic land castle exercise. So this is a clear intention healing exercise that I'm going to guide you through. Now, if you're watching this while you're driving or operating some kind of machinery or anything where you can't safely close your eyes, then just pause this part or listen to it, but don't close your eyes, and then come back to it and do the exercise after, when you are home, like in a safe place where you can safely close your eyes and do the clear intention healing exercise. So if you are in a safe space, when you are in a safe space, gently close your eyes and Take a deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in and release. And just notice your body relaxing as you take another deep breath in and release. And with that, imagine that you are at a beach, a beautiful beach in your favorite beach destination. I'm in San Diego, so I love San Diego beaches. So you can imagine a beach in any one of your favorite beach locations, and imagine yourself at the beach. And you're on the beach. There's this beautiful sunny day and sand at the beach, and you build a sand castle. So you pull out your tools and you build a sand castle, and you built this beautiful castle. And then wind starts blowing really heavily. And you start noticing that the wind is starting to blow away some of the sand from your sandcastle. You try to protect it, but in order to block the wind from hitting your castle, you have to stand in the way, and you have to be there, and you're kind of trapped now because you have to constantly protect the sandcastle that you built. And then you see that the tide, the ocean waves, the water, is starting to come more towards the shore because the tide is getting higher. And so it's starting to get like high tide, and the water is coming to your castle, towards your castle. And if the water comes to where your castle is, well, it's gonna wipe the castle down in one go. So you have to protect it constantly, and you have to dig like a hole before the castle so that the water that comes goes into the hole and doesn't get to the castle. So now you're having to protect it from the wind and from the water so that it doesn't get blown away or washed away. And you can see how that can get tiring and exhausting after a while, and how that can trap you. And you're thinking, there must be a better way. There must be a different way because I'm hungry now and I need to go eat, and I can't stand here and keep protecting my castle. And so this, because this is in your imagination and you can imagine anything, imagine that this magician walks right next to you and gives you, well, he sees that you're worried about the sandcastle that you've built and asks you if you need some help. And you tell the magician that, yeah, you need help with protecting this castle without you being trapped and protecting it yourself all the time. And the magician says, sure, I can help you. And here's a magic wand that I have. And I can wave this magic wand with your help, with you holding the wand too. And then you let the magician wave the magic wand with your hand holding the wand too. And swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And 3 times the magic wand is waved, and boom, the sand castle turns into this magic land castle, this magic castle now, which is made with this durable material instead of sand that the wind can't blow away anymore. And you don't need to stay there and protect it from the wind. And it's made with this durable material that the water can't wash away and can't destroy either. And so you're amazed and happy, surprised and happy that your castle is now durable from the wind and the water elements. And now you thank the magician. You're like, wow, thank you so much for this magic castle. And the magician says, you're welcome, and walks away. And now you can go eat something since you're hungry or whatever you need to do. And when you come back, your magic castle will be right there, withstanding the wind, hasn't gotten disturbed by the water, and your castle still exists without you. And now you also notice that the magician did something else with the magic wand, that there are all these little people inside the castle that are like literally operating the castle and doing all these activities inside the castle that they're just doing without you having to be there and direct them. And there you go. Now, with the magic castle, with all the people doing all these activities for you, while you can go have your lunch, go do something else and come back to it, and the magic castle will still be there for you. And you notice how free you feel now, how relieved you feel. And when you go have lunch and come back and see your castle still there, how fulfilled you feel as well. So with that, now that you notice the feeling of how that feels for you, you can gently open your eyes. And notice how you feel in your body and how that felt for you, the experience of before when you had the sand castle versus now you have the magic castle. Let me know in the chat how different the feeling is now when you have the magic castle versus how it felt to have the sand castle. And before I felt stressed and now I feel excited, Kelly says. Yeah, that is exactly how a business owner feels before they've built a business that runs without them, to after how they feel about the business when they've built it to run without them. So the sandcastle is an example of, the castle is representative of your business, and the sandcastle is representative of how it feels to have your business when it's constantly requiring your time and attention and it's not built to run without you. And the magic castle is your business, the state of your business when it is built to run without you. And there are very key elements that are required to turn your sandcastle, quote unquote sandcastle, which is also your business that's designed to not run without you right now, to take that from turning that and waving the magic wand like from the magician, and turning that into a business, the magic castle, which is a business that's designed to run without you. So I'm going to cover, so if you are interested in how you can turn the sandcastle into magic castle, let me know in the chat, and I'm going to cover the three main elements that are required for you to do this. Put your favorite emoji in the chat, or let me know in the comments if you're watching this on the recording, if you'd like to learn more. And there are a lot of intricacies in this process. As far as waving that magic wand, and a magician has a lot of tricks on how he would do that, he or she. But I'm going to cover the big picture overview of it today in this video. And then if you actually want to implement this in your business and you need help with any of this, I do have some offerings where I do help clients with exactly this, turning your sandcastle into your magic castle. So if you are looking for help, you can reach out to my team, email team@avadhi.guru, and just put in the subject magic castle, and I'll know exactly what you need and what you have reached out about. And with that, the first thing that you need to do, there are the main three things that are required. And the first thing is you need to get crystal clear on who you are and what your business represents, essentially also known as your brand. This includes your mission, your vision, your core values of your brand, of your business, who your business serves, what it is offering as products or services, what pain point or problem is this business really and its brand really focusing on and targeting to solve, and what makes this business really unique, what makes the approach that you offer, the products and services and the solutions that you offer through your business, what are the unique qualities of that, and what makes it unique and different than anything else out there, and what are the principles that this business and this brand really stands for in the world that sets this business apart from any other business or other solution out there. The brand clarity also then has visual elements like the colors that go with your brand style, the font and all the graphics and types of pictures, images to use or not to use. The document that my team creates to put all this together for you is called the brand guide, and that has all of these elements that we bring to a level of crystal clarity for you. And that's what you need to truly have the foundation and that clarity that you may already have in your mind, but not as clearly articulated. And until you have it clearly laid out and articulated in a document, like I mentioned, it's almost like you might expect other people in your team to read your mind, but unfortunately, nobody can read your mind and they won't be able to fully understand where you're coming from all the time to be able to actually do some of the things for you so that you can be freed up and your time and energy can be focused on other things for the growth of business or for your own rest. So with that, that's the first step, is to get crystal clear on your business and what it stands for and your brand and all those elements that I mentioned. Once you have got crystal clarity on that aspect and you have also articulated and documented in one concise and cohesive brand guide, as I call it, then you can move to the next step. And the next step is for you to understand the difference between the masculine energy aspect of your business and the feminine energy aspect of the business. Now, if you are running the show constantly, you are running the business constantly, in order to run the business, it requires you to be in your masculine energy, which is action oriented, outcome oriented, and it's in the doing, and giving and providing, and those are important aspects of your business. But that's you being in the masculine energy, and it's going to require you to be doing everything yourself. Now, that's probably what you're already doing, is you're in your masculine energy when you're running the business. Now, being in the masculine energy for too long, at a stretch, can easily lead you to overwhelm and burnout, and feeling trapped, because now, if you don't do it, things don't get done. So you have to constantly be doing everything. And you can't take time to rest or focus on other things. And so building a business that runs without you actually requires you to also now shift into being in your feminine energy. And the feminine energy is more about being open to receive support, being open to receive guidance, being open to having other team members or other people help you with getting some of the tasks done, taking care of things for you, so that even though you can do it all, you don't need to do it all. And you can take a step back to rest, to provide you with your self-care that you need, and focus on other tasks, and your business runs without you. So in order to build a business that runs without you, you also need to bring in the feminine energy aspect of it, and you need to be able to be in your masculine energy for parts of the business, and in your feminine energy in other parts of the business, where now you are doing things, certain parts, but then you are also receiving support and creating accountability for yourself through receiving that support, which is you being in your feminine energy. So once you understand this dynamic and bring this holistic approach to the masculine and the feminine energy aspects to the business, that's what builds a business that runs without you. And that's what creates that time and energy freedom while your business still keeps moving forward. So when you understand this in the second step here, you will need to then think about actually giving up some of the things you are doing that you're capable of doing, but it's not your zone of genius, and having other people come in and help you. Now, a big thing that can stop you in the tracks here is scarcity mindset. And so I have other videos on how to shift out of scarcity mindset and step into the abundance mindset. And my book, Inner Genius Outer Guru, that you can see the cover of on the wall back there, is a total guide on how to shift from the scarcity mindset to the abundance mindset. So if you are struggling with that piece, definitely grab a copy of my book, and you can get a copy from my website at www.avadhi.guru/book. We'll put a link to that in the description as well. Or you can order it from Amazon, and it's on Amazon. Just search for Inner Genius Outer Guru. And once you have got the book and you are able to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, coming back to the step 2 here is about being open to receiving support and bringing on team members who can help take things off your plate and really give you that peace of mind where you can rest, knowing that your business is still moving forward. So with that, the next step, because I said there are 3 steps in building a business that runs without you. So step 1 was getting crystal clear on your brand, your business, what it stands for, what makes it unique, who it serves, your mission, vision, core values, your brand foundation, and all of the visual elements that go with it, and have it be clearly articulated and documented in one cohesive, concise document that now your team, people you have come in help you in step 2, can refer to. So they don't need to be reading your mind. They would be reading your mind when they are referring to that document. Then that's step 1. Step 2 is understanding that masculine energy and feminine energy dynamic, and stepping more into the feminine energy where you're open to receiving more support. And if scarcity comes into the picture, shift from scarcity to the abundance mindset. And I have a whole book just on that you can get. And then step 3, once you have the brand document as a guide, once you have brought on team members that are ideal to help and support you in completing your to-dos and moving your business forward, and who you can rely on, then you need to create systems and processes that allow the team members to run the business and operate the business without you, so that whether you are there constantly attending to things or not, the systems and processes of how you would do things are documented as standard operating procedures, SOPs as businesses call it, which the team members can rely on and refer to. And they can literally do all the steps that are needed that you would have done. They can do the steps for you on your behalf, and the business can still operate and actually run without you. So you can be as involved with the business as you would like, and you can be on the growth side of things and grow the business and do growth activities. If you like serving clients, you can always maintain relationships with your clients or customers, and you can choose to step back when you need to and take care of your family, your personal life, your self-care, or just go enjoy a vacation or a retreat like I love to do, and not worry about your business falling apart in the process. And so those are the 3 steps for building a business that runs without you. Now, like I said earlier, there are a lot of intricacies on these 3 steps and how to actually accomplish them in a way that would work and give you the highest return on your investment of time, money, and energy. And for those, if you do want to talk about what this would look like for your business, and if you need help getting clarity, if you need guidance in any form, you can email my team at team@avadhi.guru, and I'm happy to provide more clarity and guidance for you to take your sand castle and turn it into the magic castle. And so with that, the last thing, let me know in the chat what you are taking away from today's video here. And I'm going to check, make sure I covered everything. Now you have the free. Yes. And so that is how, yeah. So, well, I was going to share a quick story. So I have a client who, the business owner was spending like 80 hours a week in the business, operating the business, and was making money in the business, but was burned out, was totally imbalanced. Like, it was affecting his health and his family time. We didn't have time for family, so it was affecting his family life. And he just wanted to own the business, but not run it. And so, own, not run, became this dream of his. And I came in and we worked together, and we did the 3 steps I mentioned. We created a crystal clear brand and a document that outlines that, articulates that very clearly. We took everything out of his head and put it into a readable, comprehensible format. And then next step, we hired the right team members to operate everything and do everything that he was doing. And he stepped more into the feminine energy side of things, where he became more open to receiving support. And then we created the systems and structures and the procedures and processes that also help the team members operate the business to the level of high quality and service that he was doing personally for his clients and customers. In fact, the level of service, the quality of products and services has actually increased now than even before, because he was so burned out and overwhelmed that even though he wanted to give the best service to his client and customers, he wasn't able to do that to his full capacity before. And now, with all that load off his back, not only are his clients and customers more happy, his business revenue is going up, has grown, profit margins have increased, but also he has so much free time now that he's able to focus on his health and family time. But he's now starting to create a whole new business that he always wanted to, that is based on his passion, but he couldn't even think of doing that before because he had no time and energy left to even fulfill all the obligations from the first business and his personal life and family life. And so now that's a testament and a quick story for you, a real story from a real client, of how we applied these 3 steps that I taught you today and what the result has been. So these steps work, we've applied them, and we've seen the results, and they can work for you no matter what stage of business you're at, and they can work for you no matter how impossible you might feel right now that the situation is with your business. Just like I said, the magician with the magic wand can change and turn your sandcastle into the magic castle. And that's the message for today, is that it is possible to build a business that runs without you. And you get to enjoy it while it runs without you. So with that concludes the topic for today. Kelly says how masculine and feminine energy applies to all of this. Yes, absolutely. Masculine and feminine energy and that balance and that holistic approach applies to everything in life and in business at every stage of the business. Even if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, these are important things for you to understand so that you can build a business that runs without you from the get-go and avoid the overwhelm and burnout that takes so many entrepreneurs out of the game very early on. So with that, we'll conclude for today. If you are watching this on the recording, leave me a comment with what was your biggest takeaway from today, and I will see you in the next video.